Hello students, this is KV Ramana, lecturer of zoology. Today we are going to talk about the continuity part of last lecture, that is about transportation of gases. Basically, gases are transported by two ways. One is from the lungs to body parts, second one is from the body parts to lungs through the circulatory system, right? And in that we are categorized into two gases. One is oxygen from the lungs to body parts. Second one is carbon dioxide from the body parts to lungs. But in the last previous lecture we have completed about transportation of oxygen. But during the transportation of oxygen partial pressure play a very important role. At the same time, a specialized chromoprotein which is present in the RBC is called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin helps to transportation of gases. In the last previous lecture we have completed about the transportation of oxygen and what is the relation between oxygen and hemoglobin. That means how the oxygen is react with the hemoglobin to form the oxyhemoglobin, and it is a reversible process. After reaching the cells, immediately that oxygen is dissociated from the hemoglobin and that oxygen will be utilized by the body cells. In this lecture we are going to talk about some of the special factors affecting on oxyhemoglobin dissociated curve. The first factor is carbon monoxide, second factor is fetal hemoglobin, third factor is myoglobin. Let me explain about the first factor, that is about the carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide generally it is a colorless, odorless gas which is produced from the mostly automobiles and tobacco smoking. Generally it is a byproduct of in the incomplete combustion of carbon containing products. Some carbon containing products are there like these hydrocarbons, petrol, diesel. At the same time we can see the coal. These all are not completely combusted, right? So when you are not completely combusted, at the time this carbon monoxide is released in the atmosphere and it is reduce the oxygen carrying capacity in the blood. In this lecture we are going to talk about how carbon monoxide reduces the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood. Let me explain. Blood hemoglobin has 250 times more affinity for carbon dioxide than for oxygen. See here, there are two important reactions we have to remember. One is hemoglobin react with the oxygen to form the oxyhemoglobin. At the same time hemoglobin react with the carbon monoxide to form the carboxyhemoglobin, right? So if you talk about the oxyhemoglobin, it is a reversible process. What do you mean? That means hemoglobin react with the oxygen to form the oxyhemoglobin. Again this oxyhemoglobin will be dissociated into oxygen hemoglobin. But in the carboxyhemoglobin it is not possible. It is a irreversible process. Very important statement it is. Remember, it is a irreversible process. Once hemoglobin bind with the carbon dioxide to form the carboxyhemoglobin, this carboxyhemoglobin is a stable product, but oxyhemoglobin is a unstable product, right? Once oxyhemoglobin is formed, it will be dissociated based on the factors. But once carbon monoxide react with hemoglobin to form the carboxyhemoglobin, it does not dissociate. That's why it is a stable product, right? So it leads to carbon monoxide poisoning. During carbon monoxide poisoning, what happens? It happens mainly reduces the oxygen carrying capacity in the blood. You know, oxygen play a very important role in aerobic respiration. If a cell does not get the proper oxygen, the cell will dies, and finally what happens? No, it leads to the organism or the individual may dies. It leads to fatal, right? So here we are going to talk about some more important things, right? One is the affinity. Affinity is nothing but a reacting power, right? So compare with the oxygen, carbon monoxide has more affinity with the hemoglobin. That means the binding capacity of carbon monoxide with hemoglobin is there is a 250 times more than the oxygen. The meaning of the first statement. And second statement, if carbon monoxide is breathed in, It binds the irreversible with the hemoglobin to form the carboxyhemoglobin. Just now we have discussed about that, the reactions between the oxygen and hemoglobin and the reactions between the carbon monoxide and hemoglobin. It means that hemoglobin can no longer be available to combine with the oxygen. This statement very important. If carboxyhemoglobin is formed, it cannot be dissociated. It is a stable product. So whenever the more hemoglobin is react with the carbon monoxide, it form more amount of stable product. There is no chance of hemoglobin react with the oxygen. So it will be decreases. Thus, the oxygen deficiency is created in the cell. So there is no longer time they cannot take the oxygen to the cells. Finally, what happens? No, there is a deficiency of oxygen. This leads to, if it is a persist for a long period, ultimately the result in the immediate death. That means the oxygen deficiency is persist, that means for a long time, it leads to death of the individual, right? Sometimes there is the person or the victim of the carbon monoxide poisoning. If you identify the carbon monoxide poisoning victim, we can administrate the carbogen. What is the carbogen? Carbogen is nothing but it consists of 95% of oxygen, 5% of carbon dioxide. It consists of 95% of oxygen, 5% of carbon dioxide. If you administrate the person or the victim who is suffering with the carbon monoxide poisoning, we can administrate we can give the carbogen. This carbogen contain 95% of oxygen, 5% of carbon dioxide, which speeds up the separation of carbon monoxide from the hemoglobin, right? By this, we can protect a patient or victim from the carbon monoxide poisoning. Here you have to remember some of the questions. What is the carbon monoxide? What is the color and odor? And what is the sources of carbon monoxide? When it is produced, right? How carbon monoxide reduces the oxygen capacity in the blood, right? At the same time, what are the symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning victim? The symptoms mostly the lips and the oral mucosa appears brightly, in the sense it is look like a cherry color, right? Cherry fruits are there. Like that, the blood color will be changed and it appears on the lips and oral mouth also, right? By this we can identify the people are suffering with the carbon monoxide poisoning. So this is also one of the factor which affecting on the carboxyhemoglobin dissociation. In the next one we are going to talk about